Good afternoon. My name is Daryl Walker, and I will be training you guys today on time management. Okay, so an overview. So today, the 7 things that we'll discuss are how to avoid procrastination, organizational skills, creating a schedule, setting priorities, minimize interruptions, limit multitasking, and delegating. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is a nice little icebreaker, 2 truths and a lie. Here we go. So there you go. There you go.
Thank you.
And I have pins for you guys as well. Give me 1 second. It's over here. Sorry about that. There's a pen for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And a pen for you. Okay. And so I'll give you guys approximately, let's say 30 seconds to write
What
down.
are we doing here again?
So you'll write down 2 truths and a lie. So
About
2 truths,
ourselves.
yes, 2 truths about yourselves and a lie. And then you'll turn them in to me. I'll read them out loud. And when I read them out loud, the person will identify who they are, and then the other 2 will guess what the lie is.
Okay.
Okay. Don't see the order that they were in.
So we have to guess who goes to who?
So I'll read them, and then after I read them, that person will raise their hand and identify that that is their card, and the other 2 people will try to guess the lie.
Oh.
Okay? And when you raise your hand, state your name, please. Thank you. I had an extra finger as a baby. I have 1 brother. My favorite color is purple.
Hi, my name is Amele, and that's my card.
All right, and what do you guys think the lie is there?
Could you read it again?
I had an extra finger as a baby. I have 1 brother. My favorite color is purple.
I have 1 brother.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's a lie?
Yeah.
Is that the lie?
No. No, that is a lie.
Yeah,
That
I'm gonna say that is the lie.
is a lie, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I've broken 8 bones. I had surgery twice. My guilty pleasure is eating chalk.
Oh, hi, my name is Ebony.
Okay. And the lie?
Eating chalk is a lie.
Yes, that's the lie.
You better.
Okay. The guilty pleasures. Okay. So the last one is.
K Blunt.
All right. I love cats.
I love cats.
I
That's
love
what it says.
I love cats. Yep. My husband was born in London, England. I ran a 25-mile marathon.
Oh,
Maybe the 25-mile marathon.
this said.
Oh, 2 truths and a lie. I'm sorry. I put 1 truth and 2.
Okay. Well, what's the truth?
My husband was born in London, England.
Okay, so you don't like cats and you
And I
did
do
not
not
like
like
cats.
I don't remember that story.
Oh, that was a
Alright.
good icebreaker.
Well, okay. So that was nice. All right. So next, how well do you guys manage time? How well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think you manage time?
10 being the greatest.
10 being the greatest.
I said a 9.
You say you're a 9.
Yes.
Okay.
4.
4.
7.
7. Okay. So what are you doing that's so successful?
I keep a planner
Uh-huh.
all the time. I write out my day and to-do list for everything, whether it be school, work, or just what I'm going to do for the day, so that my day is like planned out.
Okay. And what do you think you can do better?
Do we have time? I think I just juggle so many things.
Okay.
That's my hardest. And then what my job, I'm in HR.
Yeah.
So that in and of itself is just so many tasks and projects and then in my personal life, things I'm doing, and just hard to sometimes keep it all together.
Yeah. And what about you? You said it's 7, so you're doing pretty good. What do you think you can do better?
So there's really nothing I think I can do better because I work in a field where anything can happen.
Oh, that's understandable. Okay. Well, today I'll try to give you guys some tips on what you can do better to manage your time.
Sweet.
Okay. So for avoiding procrastination, when it comes to avoiding procrastination, you'll want to get organized. You'll want to set achievable goals. You'll also want to set deadlines. You'll want to take breaks, use incentives, do the hard tasks first, and have an accountability partner. And so for this one, do the hard tasks first. We're going to expand on that a little bit more because I don't necessarily think that you should always do the hard tasks first, but you should save the hard tasks for your most productive time of the day. So if it's not in the morning, then don't try to do that hard task in the morning if that's not when you're most productive. Okay, organizational skills. So each morning you'll want to start by giving yourself at least 15 minutes. Start each day by creating a to-do list, like Ebony said. So that helps shape your day. It gives you an idea of what your day is going to look like. So if you're a morning person, you'll want to put, like I said, put your most difficult tasks in the morning time. If you're a night person, save that task for the evening. But just make sure that you get all your other tasks knocked out if you're a night person throughout the day, so that when that time does come to hit that task that is more difficult, you'll have enough time to complete it. And then also use one calendar. Some people have multiple calendars with multiple different things, and that could cause you not to manage your time well because you might have wrote something down on one calendar and not had it on another calendar, so you'll want to consolidate. And the best calendar to probably use is just a calendar on your phone. We all have calendars on our phones. We all have smartphones. So just using that calendar to organize your day and to organize your weeks will be great. Okay, so next, creating a schedule. So when it comes to creating a schedule, you want to have a great morning routine. You want to avoid task switching. You want to block schedule, and you want to evaluate and pivot. So for the morning routine, whether that's waking up and praying, waking up and reading, waking up and exercising, whatever it is, you want to have a great morning routine. And this morning routine also includes that 15 minutes that you give yourself to create your to-do list, to create a structure for your day. So that'll be like the first 15 minutes, and then whatever your morning routine is, try to get into a habit of that. Like I said, whether it's working out, reading, writing, praying, whatever it is. And so then avoid task switching. And the reason why you want to be able to avoid task switching is because when you're focusing on one thing and you switch tasks, you may not complete it. So when it comes to completing tasks, you want to be able to give yourself enough time to complete it. So don't ever feel too rushed. Like, oh well, I have a meeting at 3:30. Well, if you know you have a meeting at 3:30, then try to schedule your task around that so that you can get them completed before that meeting or whatever. Also, keep your schedule flexible because you never know what might occur. So you do want to create a nice little schedule for your day, but also keep it flexible because something may occur where you might have to want to fit something else in or change the topic. Block scheduling. So with block scheduling, that's pretty much putting a like task together. Because when you go from one task to another, your brain has to switch gears. So if you're keeping those tasks alike, there's not much of a gear switch that your brain has to do because it's already in that mind frame to do that certain task. So try to avoid having two different tasks back to back, like going from something that's left brain to right brain. Try to keep everything even until I guess you can't anymore, you know. And then when it comes to evaluating pivot, so pretty much are you meeting your deadlines and completing tasks on time? Did you allow yourself enough time to complete each task? What issues occurred and interfered with your timeline? Did you feel under pressure? So those are like 4 questions you'll want to ask yourself, you know, to evaluate your schedule. And however you answer those questions, then you could pivot and make adjustments to your schedule. So,
Okay.
all right. Setting priorities. So, when it comes to setting priorities, we have this thing called the Eisenhower matrix. And so the Eisenhower matrix has 4 quadrants. So we'll have quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. And quadrant 1 is what you do first. So that's important and urgent. And then quadrant 2 is important and not urgent. And so that's something that you'll want to schedule. And then if it's not important but it's urgent, that's something you'll want to delegate to someone else, see if they can do it for you. And then quadrant 4, it's not urgent, not important. That's something you really want to avoid. That's probably something that's procrastination lies there, distractions lie there. Like you don't want to ever have to deal with quadrant 4. So, and quadrant 3, not important and urgent, delegate. We see that actually a lot. You know, like parents who delegate tasks throughout the house to their kids that may not be necessarily important, but are urgent. So they'll have their kids do them while they can focus on other things throughout the house. And you see that at work as well a lot. You know, managers would delegate things to employees that need to be done, but they can't get to it at the time because it's not an urgent matter, but it is important. So next is going to be the Ivy Lee method. And this is still on setting priorities. So when it comes to the Ivy Lee method, it's 4 steps to it. So what you'll want to do is at the end of each day, you'll want to write down 6 tasks, 6 of your most important tasks that you want to achieve for tomorrow. And then when you come into work the next day, you'll want to prioritize those tasks. Put them in order from least to greatest, or from greatest to least, with 1 being the most important task, 6 being the task that is not the most important. And so then when you come into work, after you've prioritized those, you'll want to work in that order. And then the last step is just to repeat that. So that's a good way to manage your time throughout your day, because then you'll have your task all in order. And once you hit that 6, if you've completed those 6 throughout the day, just redo this, write down another 6, prioritize them, work towards them until the end of the day. And then when the end of the day comes, you'll just repeat the task. So. Okay, minimize interruptions. So when it comes to minimizing interruptions, you'll want to turn off your notifications so that your phone is not buzzing while you're working, because that can be very distracting.
Yes.
Very, very distracting. And so then also what you'll want to do is you'll want to close unnecessary programs. Anything that doesn't have anything to do with the task at hand, you'll want to close it. So don't don't have Facebook while you're working, don't have anything, any sort of social media or any social media platforms, or it may not even be a social media platform. It could be a program for a different task that you have to do later in the day. Minimize that, because if you have that up, then that could take away your focus from the task at hand and switch you to doing something different. The next thing you want to do is turn off your phone. If turn off your notifications don't work, just turn your whole phone off, tuck it in a drawer, put it in a different room away from you so you don't feel the urge to grab it and check it, turn it back on or anything like that. And so then you'll also want to schedule time. And what I mean by schedule time is schedule time for completing a task. So if you start a task at, let's say, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you predict, okay, this should take me about an hour and a half. Give yourself until 10:30 to try to complete that task. Also under scheduling time, schedule time to give yourself breaks to focus on those distractions so that you don't get distracted throughout the day. So if it is checking your phone, checking your emails, checking social media, schedule that time into your day so that you're not just doing it randomly while you're working on other tasks. And then do not disturb. So do not disturb, turn your phone off, and turn off notifications. All kind of go hand in hand, but they're all kind of different, because do not disturb will still allow the notifications to come through. Your phone just won't buzz. So if you can handle that, like you don't have the urge to always look at your phone. Just put it on do not disturb, tuck it away somewhere, because at least you're still getting those notifications, but it's not. Your phone's not buzzing. It's not ringing. You're not. It's not taking your attention away. And then lastly, be assertive. If someone is asking you to come help them with something and you know that you're doing a task that you need completed, tell them no. Just flat out tell them no, I can't. I'm sorry. Because you set a goal to complete something, so you got to stick to that time. Okay. Limit multitasking. So, to help with limiting multitasking, you'll want to do one thing at a time. You'll also want to finish things before you start. You don't want to allow the small task to interfere with the large task. And then you want to keep your workspace neat and clean. And so by doing each individual task, you'll get more done with fewer mistakes and less rework. And a lot of people have this misconception about multitasking. Oh, I'm doing more at once, I'm completing more things, but you're less efficient when you're doing multiple things at once. So if you want to complete tasks well, on time, and not have to go back and correct that task or rework that task, just set time aside to do that one thing and complete that one thing before you move on to the next thing. So don't let the small tasks distract you from the larger ones. Put that into your schedule. So if you're working on a large task and something small comes up, and it's like, oh, I can do this really quick and I'll just get it over with. No, don't do that. Just say, okay, where in my schedule can this fit? When can I complete this? And then put it there and complete it. If it can't fit into your schedule, like I said, it's a small task. You can probably wait until the end of the day or the next day to be completed. And then keeping a neat and clean workspace. The reason why you want to keep a neat and clean workspace is because if your workspace is cluttered, that can grab your attention from the task you're doing to another task. Because if you're working on something, you have all these papers and paperwork on your desk, you might see something that also needs your attention. You might then divert it to that. So if you just keep a neat and clean workspace, it'll allow you to focus on that one task at that time and get it completed. Okay, so delegating. comes to delegating, or when evaluating your schedule throughout the day, if there are tasks that can be done by another individual, appropriately assign that task to that individual. But when you do delegate, make sure that you have enough time in your schedule to explain and properly show how to complete that task to that individual. So you don't want to just delegate something to somebody and assume they know how to do it. You want to be able to have that time to show them how to complete that task. Because nothing's worse than delegating something to someone and they do it wrong and then you have to come back and do it. That's kind of like multitasking, you know? It's trying to stop that rework, keep it efficient. So if you are going to delegate something to somebody, make sure you have enough time to show them how to do it. Also with delegating, delegating is important because it can free up time in your day to add more important tasks. So this could also work with, for example, if you're just, if you have the dishes, they need to be done right, and you know somebody else can do the dishes while you go finish doing whatever task you have that may be greater than that. Or you might have another task that is greater than that, and you're like, well, I have all these other things to do. This doesn't fit into my schedule. Well, try to find those smaller tasks to delegate so that you can fit that larger task into your schedule. All right. So now, we're going to play another game. So this game is called How Long is 1 Minute? And the purpose of this game is to give you guys a perception of time. What time is like for you guys. So I'm going to ask you all to stand up. And then I will set a silent timer. Okay, so I'm starting the clock now. Well, not necessarily now, but I'm going to start. I'll let you guys know when I started. And then you sit down when you think a minute has passed. Okay? Ready? Go.
That was it.
All right. So, okay, you sat down at 53 seconds, 4 seconds. 53 seconds, 4 milliseconds. Amelia, you sat down at 58.
Oh, it's close.
Ebony, you sat down at 1 minute and 3.
3?
1 minute and 3 seconds.
Golly.
So you went over about 30 seconds. You're short 7, you're short 2.
Wow.
But you guys are all pretty close to a minute, so your perception on time is pretty good. You guys all have a good perception of your time. So that was good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so next we'll play Jeopardy.
Yay!
And this
Oh
is
my
where
gosh.
the candy comes.
I'm not good at Jeopardy.
Not good with Jeopardy? Let me go ahead and crack this open. All right. So, we'll just start with Ebony and work our way around. All right, so
Oh my gosh.
there are the 4 there are your 4 topics. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's do multitasking for for 200.
Oh, multitasking for 200.
I'm feeling confident.
All right.
Oops, you dropped a piece of chocolate.
Why is it focus on one task at a time? Well, it is important to focus on one task
Let me see if he's right.
at a time per se because focusing on one task at a time can just ensure that you like give all your time to that task and that it's being done like efficiently. But if you are distracted by other tasks, like by distractions or an unclean workspace, like you'll probably take your mind off of one task that you're supposed to focus on and try to do other tasks, which is gonna make all the other tasks like less efficiently done. So that's what I think.
A long answer, but yeah, get more done with fewer mistakes.
Okay, was that right?
Yeah, you said with less work. What do you want?
She got her whole meal.
I'll take whatever. Actually, a Three Musketeers is delicious.
3 Musketeers? All right, there you go. All
He's
right.
at the job today.
So that was multitasking for 200. All right. Okay.
You're cheating.
That's okay. Let's see, sir. I'll take Ivy League method for 100, Alex.
Ivy League method for 100. What is step 2 of the Ivy League method?
Step 2 of the Ivy League method is to decide. I cannot read my writing.
Ooh.
What does that say? Okay, right fast, decide is to decide something. To decide.
Fairly? Mom.
Is it to decide?
To decide? It's to decide something.
Wait,
There's more to it.
This is not good. Does this next word start with the P?
privacy?
Priority?
Priorities. Decide priorities. I'm sorry. That's so sad. Can I get half a piece?
Decide priorities.
I'm so sad. I have my notes. I have my number 2 here. I can tell you number 3 and number 4.
Is there a specific candy you want?
Snickers, please, sir.
Snickers. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Lord.
Amelia?
So bad. That's my shorthand.
I'll do organizational skills for 200.
Organizational skills.
I should have got 2 pieces of candy.
You're right. I will give 2 for 200s. Okay. What time of the day should you schedule your most difficult task?
Towards the end of the day. I mean, towards the most time that you feel like the most productive.
The time you're most
Yeah.
productive.
Woo-hoo!
The time your most productivity.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
What 2 candies?
I
you
do
want?
a Milky Way.
Two Milky Ways?
Yes.
Do you want a second piece?
Milky Ways are good.
What second piece do you want
Oh, I'll take Milky Way too.
from your first answer? Milky Way Midnight or a regular Milky Way?
Regular Milky Way. Milky Way Midnight is dark chocolate.
All right. So Ebony, it's back around on you.
I think I'll do Eisenhower Matrix for 100.
What quadrant is not important but urgent?
Is not important, but urgent is delegate.
Not important but urgent
Yep.
is delegate?
Yep.
Good
Woo!
job.
You did that by memory. I had to look at my notes.
Was that was 200, right?
That was 100.
100. What piece?
I even have my little matrix right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, okay.
Alex, I'll take Eisenhower matrix for 200.
Eisenhower matrix 200. Uh-oh.
We
I
just
think
did
you're on
that.
the wrong one.
Okay. What quadrant is scheduling? Give the name, not the number.
Which quadrant?
Is scheduling. Give the name, not the number. So it's quadrant 2, but what is that?
Schedule.
No, no,
Like
what?
it's blank,
In,
but not blank
it's
or
blank,
and
yeah.
blank.
Oh, schedule, avoid.
No.
No.
Scheduling,
So it's
do
you
first.
either
schedule.
so it's either important, not important,
Sure.
urgent,
Yeah.
not urgent.
Oh, it's
so-
important.
Important in what?
Do first. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay,
Important
so-
schedule.
You know
No.
how the first one he said not urgent, but not important, but urgent
So
is
there's-
delegate.
Yeah. So there's 4.
What is scheduling? Is
Yeah.
it urgent and
I think
important,
you-
or is it
Oh, you didn't
yada
get it
wrong.
yada?
Oh, you didn't. Yeah. you
My
didn't
mother
right.
has a whole different way of learning. I promise you.
I missed that one, Alex.
Does anybody else want to give it a try?
Yes,
Okay.
it is important but not urgent.
You looked at my notes.
Okay,
It
but
is
it's not
important, but not
You
urgent.
looked
Yeah.
at my
That
notes.
is-
not in there though.
That is correct.
I'll take.
You get that was a 200 question, so you get.
It
200.
was?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna have all the candy today.
I'll take another Milky Way and Three Musketeers.
Milky Way and a 3 Musketeer.
Yes. Sorry.
There we go.
Thank you so much. I feel like I'm in high school all over again.
Okay. Miller.
I'll do multitasking 100.
All
This is a really good game to help you with your
right. To avoid, to help avoid multitasking, your workspace should be
Clean.
neat and clean. What piece of candy do you want?
I'll take a Snickers.
Snickers. All right.
You're so polite.
Okay. Ebony's back on you.
I reckon I'll do organizational skills for 100.
Okay. How much time should you give yourself each morning to get organized for each day?
15 minutos.
All right.
15.
That is correct.
Okay.
All
I'll take a Twix.
The Twix, you just getting them all, huh?
Yes.
I understand. All right, okay. It is back on you. Uh-oh.
And the last question.
And the last question, I'm gonna need everybody's help. This is gonna
I thought there was 2 left.
No.
Okay, no.
Because that
be,
one
this is gonna be a group effort.
Ivy Lee method for 200. How many tasks should you write down in step 1?
6.
That's easy.
Come on. What 2 candies?
I'll take a Snickers and a Twix.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. So you guys did really well.
Yay!
That was.
It was a very good teaching, sir.
And good Jeopardy game.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh,
The last slide is questions.
Yeah, so just Q&A. You guys have any questions for me?
yeah, so what do you rate your time management skills?
What do I rate my time management
Yeah, I
skills?
want to know that.
My time management skills, I would probably rate about a 6 or a 7.
Oh,
Something I
okay.
can get better on.
Are you telling the truth?
I am telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
Well, all right, I believe you. What do you feel like you do well and you could work on?
What I feel like I do well is I do dedicate the first 15 minutes of my day each day. to kind of just deciding about what my day is going to look like. But, you know, I work from home, so my days pretty much look the same every day. But I do have to keep them flexible because something can occur to where one of my managers or one of my bosses delegates something onto me, and I have to kind of maneuver and switch that, or you know, something around the house might need to be taken care of. So I might have to switch from doing a homework assignment to doing something at home. So, yeah. Any other questions? All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to give you guys some more note cards.
Okay.
So here's one for you. Here's one for you.
You playing another game?
No, we're not playing again. So what I'm going to have you guys do, and also here you go as well. Yes. So you guys will
Nice.
create your schedules for the week hour by hour on these, and then on the note cards, what you'll do is you will write down the number one distraction in your day, like in your day-to-day lives. You'll write down that number one distraction, and then try to write down 3 solutions to conquering that distraction.
My husband.
What's that?
When I work at home.
If that is your number one distraction, write it
That
down.
might be number 2.
One distraction, but 3 solutions.
Yeah. So, and this is not something you guys are going to share.
Okay.
This is for you guys as personal.
Right.
Naps count.
That does count. If that's that distraction from being productive in your day. Yeah. So just write down 3 things, or write down the one distraction that is a reoccurring distraction, and then 3 solutions on how do you think that you can conquer that distraction. How you can eliminate that distraction from your days. I'm gonna take myself a piece of candy while you guys do that. Are you done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Schedule for myself as well, so we don't have to. You don't have to fill out the whole thing now, but just kind of get an idea, writing down what your days look like.
This is for next week.
Yeah,
Aww.
because it's starting from Sunday. But you can do it if you've already started. Just go ahead.
Yeah, there's too many things I have to look at to complete this. You know what I mean? I have to literally look at my other calendar and
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, this is for next week. Okay, perfect.
just about done.
Yep.
Oh, y'all waiting for me?
Oh, yeah, so,
I'm done.
all right. So, there were no more questions for him? Well, thank you guys for participating in my training on time management. And I hope you guys have taken away some new time management skills and will apply them into your daily lives.
Yes.
Thank you. It was great.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a good evening.
Thank you.
too.
I love this training. I wish I could get a certificate for it.